Welcome, dear listeners, to another spine-chilling episode of Spooky Podcast. Tonight, we delve into the eerie and mysterious tale of The Haunting of Blackwood Manor. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the unknown, where the line between the living and the dead blurs, and ancient secrets await to be uncovered. Turn off the lights, settle in, and let the haunting begin. Blackwood Manor stood on the outskirts of the small town of Ravensbrook, shrouded in mist and mystery. It was a grand estate, once the epitome of elegance and wealth, but now it lay in ruin, its windows broken, its walls crumbling, and its gardens overgrown with weeds. For decades, the townsfolk avoided the manor, whispering tales of its dark past and the spirits that were said to haunt its halls. The manor had been abandoned since the tragic night in 1893 when the Blackwood family mysteriously vanished. Lord Edward Blackwood, his wife Lady Isabella, and their two children, Thomas and Emily, were never seen again. Their disappearance became the stuff of legend, with many believing that they had been cursed for dabbling in dark arts. Others claimed they had been murdered by vengeful spirits who now roamed the manor. The story begins with a young historian named Alex Carter, who had a fascination with uncovering the truth behind local legends. Alex had always been drawn to the supernatural, and his curiosity often led him to the darkest corners of the world. When he heard about Blackwood Manor, he knew he had to uncover its secrets. Armed with curiosity and determination, Alex decided to spend a week at Blackwood Manor, documenting his experiences. He hoped to write a book that would finally lay to rest the myths surrounding the manor. On a cold October evening, Alex arrived at the manor, his breath visible in the chilly air. He carried with him a backpack filled with supplies, a camera, and a journal. As he approached the imposing iron gates, he felt a chill run down his spine. The gates creaked open with a groan, as if reluctantly allowing him entry. The path to the manor was overgrown and treacherous, with gnarled tree branches reaching out like skeletal hands. Inside, the manor was even more eerie. The air was thick with dust, and the floorboards creaked underfoot. The once grand foyer was now a shadow of its former self, with torn tapestries and broken chandeliers. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the distant sound of dripping water. Alex set up his camera and began exploring, documenting every detail. Each room he entered seemed to tell a story of decay and abandonment. The dining room, with its long table still set for a meal that would never be eaten. The ballroom, with its shattered mirrors and faded grandeur. The children's playroom, with toys scattered as if the children had just vanished into thin air. That night, as Alex settled into one of the decaying bedrooms, he heard faint whispers echoing through the halls. At first, he thought it was the wind, but the whispers grew louder, more distinct. They seemed to be calling his name. He followed the sound to a hidden door behind a bookshelf in the library. The door led to a narrow staircase descending into darkness. The staircase seemed to go on forever, the air growing colder and more oppressive with each step. The walls were lined with strange symbols, and Alex couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. His flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced and twisted like living things. When he finally reached the bottom, he found himself in a dimly lit corridor lined with old portraits. The faces in the paintings seemed to watch him, their eyes following his every move. Some of the portraits were so lifelike that Alex half expected them to step out of their frames. As he moved further into the corridor, he noticed a faint light coming from under a door at the far end. He approached it and slowly pushed it open. Inside, he found a small, candlelit room filled with strange symbols and ancient books. At the center of the room was a large, ornate mirror. As Alex stared into the mirror, he saw not his reflection but the image of Lady Isabella, her eyes wide with terror. She began to speak, her voice a ghostly whisper. She told Alex that the Blackwood family had been trapped in the manor by a powerful curse. They had discovered an ancient book of dark magic and, in their greed for power, had unleashed a malevolent spirit that now held them captive. Lady Isabella pleaded with Alex to find the book and destroy it to free their souls. Determined to help, Alex searched the room for clues. He found a hidden compartment behind the mirror containing the ancient book. As he opened it, a gust of icy wind extinguished the candles, plunging the room into darkness. The whispers returned, more insistent and malevolent. Alex felt a presence behind him. He turned to see the shadowy figure of the malevolent spirit, its eyes glowing with an unholy light. The spirit lunged at him, but Alex managed to grab the book and run. He raced back up the staircase, the spirit close behind. Reaching the library, Alex quickly barricaded the hidden door and began to read the incantations in the book, hoping to find a way to destroy it. The room grew colder, and the whispers became screams. Just as the spirit burst through the door, Alex found the incantation he needed. He read it aloud, and the book burst into flames. The spirit let out a horrific scream as it was consumed by the fire. The manor shook, and the air was filled with the cries of the freed souls. As the flames died down, the house grew silent. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and Alex knew that the curse had been broken. Exhausted, he left the manor, vowing never to return. He published his book, which became a bestseller, detailing the true story of the Blackwood family and their tragic fate. Ravensbrück never forgot the young historian who had freed the haunted manor from its curse. But Alex would always remember the whispers in the darkness and the terror of that fateful night at Blackwood Manor. And though the curse was broken, he couldn't shake the feeling that some secrets were better left undiscovered, and some spirits never truly rest. And so, the first chapter of our terrifying tale comes to a close. What secrets lie deeper within the shadows of Blackwood Manor? Will Alex uncover the truth behind the haunting, or will he become another lost soul in its cursed halls? Join us next time as we continue the chilling story of The Haunting of Blackwood Manor. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest spine-tingling stories.